do it because that's the mood I'm in today. Jason, how you doing, man? I appreciate you as always being here on time, using my time like you appreciate it. I appreciate all of that. First of all, make sure my mic on now? Is it on now? Is my mic on now?
I don't know if you're being serious right now, but like,
are you having an okay day?
I've had a crazy. It's been the entire week. It's been go go go. So I'm sorry, but I really thought it was 3:30, and literally like I was taking a nap because like I was exhausted, thinking that this was at 3:30. So I was like, let me get a nap in before I even start this. So that's how my day goes. That's how my brain works. Now you're silent. Did you hit mute on something, or is that me?
Am I better now?
Yes.
Okay. Wait a minute. Well, you know what I love about you, and I love about this thing that we have here, is that somehow you are late to our this is and you know wait a minute, you know what I'll call this? You know what I'll call this? And first of all, welcome everyone to the DJ Ekin podcast with the lovely Miss Brittany Gonzalez. I appreciate you and I love you. But what I love about our industry, I call this our marriage. You are like my industry marriage. This is what I call this. And somehow or another, I am on time. I have a weekly date with you that I don't let anything else get in the way of. You show up late to our date, and somehow or another, you're spinning this as if it's my fault. And if that is not what relationship is, I do not know what is.
That is not true. That is not true.
You know what?
I have a terrible.
You have a what? What do you have? You have an iPhone, don't you?
What does that have to do with anything?
I'll tell you in a second when you answer the question. Do you have an iPhone?
Yes, I have an iPhone.
In the iPhone, there's this thing called a calendar. You can set a standing appointment that every week will pop up. You can set it to remind you a half a day before, a day before, 2 hours before, an hour before, 30 minutes before. You can do all of that. You can do a lot more with it than just post twerk videos and pictures.
First of all, I can't post enough twerk videos. That's how I feel.
You can't?
I don't know why this background is the worst.
Well, you know, it's what I'm dealing with. Brittany, I have a guest today. I wanted you in particular. I wanted you to meet this guest in particular. So before, you know, I know like the show is we're kind of stumbling into it, and I'm glad to be back. But I wanted you to meet this guy because he may be, like I said, I take this thing that we have as a relationship, and I respect it highly. I put you on the highest pedestal, and a lot of times the way I deal with you is because I talk to this guy about about my dealings with you. So I want you to more understand, you know, where I'm coming from. So Jason, if you could get Mel on the line, and we're gonna get Mel on, and I'm gonna introduce you to Mel. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Mel, Brittany. Before Mel gets on the line, and as Mel comes on, Mel is actually, how dare I say this? He's my barber. He's my confidant.
Oh.
And I don't know, Mel. You got to get a picture in here first. So I get you. Oh, there you go. Now, Brittany, Mel, Brittany. Now, Brittany.
Hey, Brittany.
Hi, Mel.
Now, Brittany, Mel and again, I don't have enough money all the time to go to someone and talk to them about my problems. So in the midst of getting a haircut, I get a lot of advice, as most men do, from their barber. And Brittany, and let me ask you this before I go any further. Do you talk a lot to your hairstylist, or who do you talk to a lot? Like,
you know what? Yes, but I don't see her as often as you would see your barber. So.
Right. And I actually see this guy twice a week. Now.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
What I will say is, in my opinion, I don't want to put a lot of our problems on Mel, but I think Mel is the source of a lot of our problems because I get advice from Mel. You know, I get it. Let me ask you this in particular.
Take the mask off.
Cause hold up, what is this where you get your attitude from?
Mel actually may give some of the worst advice, Brittany, in the history of giving advice. Mel, let me ask you a question. Like if you tell your lady, and I'm just calling Brittany just because of our relationship in this show. She's the wife, I'm the husband. If you tell her to show up in a certain time and she continuously is late, What would you do next, Mel? Tell me, what would you do next? Let me get some advice from my barber. What would you do next? Now she agrees to the time. She agrees to the time. I've got written proof, Mel, that she has agreed to the time via text message. My guy Jason, our right hand who holds this whole thing together, he even said it. He goes, dude, she liked the message and agreed on 3 o'clock. But Brittany continuously shows up late. Is that showing a disrespect for our relationship, Mel? You tell me. You got the floor.
Now I'm asking you, how many chances have I given?
Bruh, we're at 2 weeks in a row right here.
Oh, 2 weeks.
No, it's happened. No, it's happened more than twice. But in the last 2 weeks, it's happened again and again when she clearly agrees to the time, Mel.
Ooh. See, okay. Now, this isn't 14 days because 2 weeks is 14 days. See, now I'm going to start to blame you, DJ Ekin. Because
I love him, yes.
Because if it's 3 o'clock, you need to tell her it's 2:30.
So it's my fault.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's always a man's fault.
It's true. He's right.
On God. You gotta adjust. See, Mama, he don't like to hear my theories. On God. This is why me and him disagree.
And
because I'm too real.
Sense. It makes sense.
I'm too real.
Okay, Mr. Too Real. And again, Brittany, Mel doesn't have a lot of time. But again,
this is my wife we talking about here. She's my wife. Let's say she's my wife.
Okay.
After second chance, I get it.
What do you get? What do you mean you get it?
I can't tell her 3 o'clock. I have to tell her 2:45.
It's true. It's true. You have to say earlier than later if you want it on time. You're not communicating well, Ekin, is what we're saying.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why you brought me on, man. He don't like this advice that I give him because I'm too real.
He don't like advice, period. He is just...
I done told you.
So, Ekin, it's your fault and Jason's.
Oh, so basically we have to adjust. What you're saying, Mel, if the man has to constantly adjust if he wants his relationship. And again, not to confuse this, Brittany and I, this working relationship that we have, it's like a marriage to me. I take it that serious. But you're saying I should constantly adjust.
That's how you live, yes.
So you're saying that if I want this to really work in a positive manner, I need to do better.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I didn't expect that. But again, as I introduced him, to me, Mel has the absolute worst advice ever.
He don't understand. No, I don't want to do that. I don't do that. Can we say unconventional? Can we say I like unconventional?
You like unconventional?
I like unconventional.
I don't know if unconventional is what I'll give you, Mel, but okay.
She said I was right. I told you women always agree with me.
He is right. It's you, Ekin.
Okay, well let's go here then. Let's get Mel on some current events while we got him. Because like I said, there's a lot going on in the news right now. Mel, let's talk about Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion. We talked about this last week.
Why would you do this?
Okay. Now my problem with the whole thing again. Now my problem with this whole thing, and I've told Brittany this from the time that this conversation started. I've never thought that Meg needed to worry about snitching. Meg is a woman. First of all, she don't claim. I don't worry about records and entertainment. I don't think Meg tried to be a thug or nothing like that, right? My problem with Meg was just go to the cops. Like, why you on the gram talking? I didn't understand that part. So, from your point of view, did Meg handle the situation right? What are your thoughts on Tory Lanez? I mean, we've had this conversation.
What I will say, Tory Lanez is canceled. Tory Lanez is canceled. Meg was in a tough position. She was raised by the streets. But then again, you know what I'm saying? We have this total misconception about snitching, as you were saying. If you're not married to the streets, it's no such thing as snitching. So, but since she was raised by the streets, she didn't know what snitching is. Like, you're right as far as what you're saying, as far as snitching and not snitching. You know what I'm saying? She was in a compromised situation. And as far as, it being a gun in the car and with everything that's going on with police brutality and everything else, she didn't want to necessarily be a whistleblower and have the cops do something bad to them because she still felt like she was handled wrong throughout the duration of it. Mm-hmm. So, very tough situation she was in, but cancel Tory Lanez.
Canceled.
So Brittany, you just agree with everything that he just gave us.
He's right. Well, did you see that Tori texted Meg? Did y'all see that?
I saw that. He texted her and said, I apologize. He was too drunk or whatever.
But don't you think, like, first of all, when you shoot somebody, you do not send a text. You pick up the phone and call if you're not coming over. Well, you might not want to come over because they probably don't want to see you. Hi. But he texted her. I'm sorry, I was real drunk. What kind of sorry is that?
On the podcast.
Okay, so
what's up?
So now we got a whole
room. We got the whole barbershop.
We got a whole room, Brittany. We got a whole room, and shouts out to my man Kenny, who has also joined the pod. He's in here as well. So again, and again, I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time with Mel, that he was here to give us his thoughts, because we do have a lot. I think barbershop talk and hairstylist talk is a really big deal, Brittany. I really do, because we talk about a lot of different things in the barbershop, and I've been telling Mel I want him to come on the show to get his. To me, like I said, it could be very well the worst advice I've ever gotten with anything when I talk to him. So let's talk about, and again, we're gonna get into more of the show, but while I got Mel, let's talk about this hot button. Let's talk about the election. Let's talk about the election and Donald Trump, who, Brittany, you can start this. Do you think that Joe Biden is going to beat Donald Trump?
Oh, dude, okay, so I was just having this conversation with my boss, too. We were talking about that. Like, because we thought that Trump wasn't going to win the first time around. Like, I was laughing at people like, Trump's not going to win. People are so stupid. He got elected, whatever. Now we're here second time around. I'm like, he's not going to get elected. But the polls are showing that people are he's gaining like the popular vote again. So that part is scaring me, because I'm like, first of all, he was losing, he was doing really bad in the polls. People were not fucking with him no more. And now here it is again, it's rising like support of him. So I don't know. I hope not, but I swear 2020 is like, I just don't see, it's possible is what I'm saying. What is this?
Look at you see what I deal with? Do you see what I deal with? Oh, okay, Mel. Mel, you got some thoughts? What is that? What is that? I can't hear you right now. Whatever you did, you put something on mute. I can't hear you. Mel, I can't hear you. You're on mute or something.
Okay,
there you go. There you go.
All right. Brittany's kind of spot on. I told everybody the first time he was going to get elected. Now, Democrats, I hate them. So...
why do you hate?
I'm probably gonna go to the ballot. Hold on. I'm probably gonna go to the ballot and put Kanye West's name in there.
No. We can't let him go to the
Why? He's never did nothing wrong.
Somebody slash Mel's tires. What you mean?
Hey.
You see?
Mel, I'm sorry.
He's never did nothing wrong.
First of all, let's stop with the Kanye.
What did he do wrong?
Let's stop with the Kanye's never done nothing wrong stuff. Okay, please, let's stop with it. I'm not gonna say that
he took $2 million. It was $1 or $2 million from the PPE loans.
The PPP loan.
And he's building a ranch in Wyoming with that's multi-million, maybe even $1 billion. But he's taking $2 million on PPE loans.
He gotta manufacture the Yeezys. Where they gonna get manufactured at?
My God.
He has to manufacture the Yeezys.
Brittany,
I'm sorry.
Now, Brittany, you're starting to see. Now, Brittany, you're starting to see.
Listen, where the Yeezys gonna get made at?
Okay,
China?
Here's my problem. Here's
China?
my issue.
No.
Let me get a hold on this conversation.
The virus came from. Okay, I'm sorry.
Here's my problem with the election. I don't think the Democrats have a strong enough candidate. And again, I don't know everything about voting, but I just think. And my problem with Biden is this: Biden and Kamala. Well, come on, man. I should not be messing her name up.
Kamala.
That's disrespectful.
No, Kamala. Kamala. I know it for sure.
Kamala. Again,
I don't like that.
I know, but it's Kamala.
No.
Again.
Camelo. She got
Mel.
my name in there. Camelo.
Stop it, Melo. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna apologize first off if I messed her name up. But second of all, my thing with this is they were just a month ago trashing each other in the debate. Then we supposed to believe they best of friends. And my other problem with Biden is I'm not saying which black lady was more qualified than the other. He just picked a black lady. He just picked no. I think he just picked a black lady just so he can hope that we just run because he got a black face with him.
That I'm sure that I'm sorry, I was like at a football game. I do think that was definitely a strategy. Yes, for sure that played a part.
Okay, so if you're doing that, what do you really think of the black vote? Oh, I put a black face in front of him. I got him. Seriously. I mean, and again, I know we kind of seem like a little, because we came into this kind of crazy, which is I kind of wanted Mel on here for this craziness in the beginning. I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. I kind of wanted to get back to rocking. And like I said, it could very well be the worst advice I've ever gotten in my entire life. But
no.
I wanted to have Mel on here. But
no, Hillary Clinton. No. Listen, the way the Democrats try to patronize the black vote, she said she had hot sauce in her purse.
She did.
I done seen Joe Biden serving fried chicken and all kind of crap in Cali. Like, what? This man said out his own mouth, "You're not black if you don't vote for me over Trump." He lost my vote right there.
He was trying to say that if you care about the black community and your black people, that you will not vote for Trump. And I know he said it was very cringy when he said it. Trust me, it was like, oh, I wouldn't have said that. But I think he meant, like you're not gonna get no help especially if you vote Trump.
But on a more serious note, though, that is about as disrespectful as it comes. I'm being serious. Like, yeah, because I mean, seriously, let me ask you this. Let's be real about this. Let's like I said, we have a great time on this podcast. So let's be real about it. Would Joe Biden ever think to say, you know what? If your ass don't own a pair of cowboy boots, you ain't no Republican? Would he think to say that? Would he ever do that? He would never do that. Would Hillary ever go somewhere and say, you ain't got no suntan lotion in your purse? I got suntan lotion in my purse. Do we all eat hot sauce? What was next for Hillary to say? If you don't get that fresh watermelon in April.
That's what I heard.
I mean, as much as we laugh and have
that's
a good
what I
time,
heard.
These are the kind of things I think that you do go, hey, bro, like, what's up with these policies, though? Like, what's up with really fixing things in my neighborhood? What's up with really, we talk about all this mental health stuff we got going on, but what's up with really fixing the programs that are in the black community? Not once you gentrify the community that used to be black. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And again, you know us, Brittany. We have a great time here. And I don't want to always be overly serious, but this does bring up a good point. And, as much as I play with Mel, like, I also wanted to bring him on here, too, because he does have a very, like what I say, sometimes it seems like an off view of things, but it does make you, that's not the word I'm after. I would say an off, you know what I'll give you? I'll give you like a pair of sneakers. He has a very off-white way of thinking of things sometimes.
So now I just throw a red tag on something and charge $500 more.
No, well, you don't
with a red tag on.
Well, you don't really charge me for the advice. But I will say, but I'm thinking like that. If you look at it though, why do we always seem like the only nationality that they add these kind of things to? Because if you look at what's going on, I don't see Donald Trump say that about even his supporters. He might say they have a right to bear arms, but he don't never say nothing crazy like, you know what? If you don't own a redneck T-shirt, you ain't really gonna vote for me. He don't say craziness like that.
I don't know if I heard, was it Biden or Trump that said you grab him by the pussy?
That was Trump.
Big
dog Trump. Big dog Trump.
Also, too, let's
hold on. Before, can I just, because when he said that, that's how I knew he was gonna be the president, because he's just so real.
Oh my God.
He was just so real. That's how I knew he was gonna be the president, because he's so real. And I thought to myself, how do you grab him by that? It's kind of like a bowling ball. So promotion, how do you do that?
Is that what you got out of that? When he made that comment,
yes, that's what
I didn't know, because I've done ignorant stuff, but I've never done that.
Right.
But so seriously, though, the next thing he thought was, our president of the United States, I want to know how he did that. That's what you thought about. Look, what I'm saying about, let's not skip that comment, though, because Brittany made a good point. But Brittany, also, too, my point about that comment, as well as the point about the hot sauce in the purse, or like Mel said also, too, you're not black if you don't vote for me. When Donald Trump made that comment, it wasn't about his supposed supporters or the people he was trying to get to vote. That was on some, I'm the boss of this pageant, and don't make it any better. But what I'm saying is, Hillary out here trying to get the vote, or Biden is trying to get the vote. These are the things they're saying about us, as if we owe them the vote because they're doing these things like this. That's the difference in the conversation to me. It doesn't make what Trump said any better. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going there or even fighting you on that point.
Yeah. But I think also Trump doesn't say those things because what he always likes to speak is that he's the greatest. He's the most loved. Everybody loves him. He does right by everybody. So he doesn't say those comments because in his mind he's already got your vote. He's already like, I'm the one for you. So he doesn't say stupid stuff like that.
But that don't make it no better though? That should be all the reason why Biden don't say stupid stuff like that though, right?
But I think Biden was just trying to just trying to put it in there, like I said, if you want any type of help, you're going to have to go the other way because you're not going to get it with Trump.
Yeah, but Trump's going to say, I gave you a stimulus check, Brittany, although he didn't give you one, but that's what he's going to say. Mel, go ahead.
Chill, man. Hold on, bro. Hey, look. Look, man. Oh, I love Trump. But, I mean.
Brittany, first off, you almost got hung up on Mel just then talking about you love Trump.
I'm not saying I'm going to vote for him because he don't need my vote. He already good. But the thing about it is, this man is so real. He just say what he feel.
Okay.
He don't lie. All these politicians been lying. Hold on. Well, he do lie.
Mel,
listen, to be in politics, you have to lie. All them liars.
We shouldn't be.
But as far as us looking for help, because I heard you mention it more than once, Britt, about us needing some help and Biden feel like he might be the one to help us. We've never had help.
I agree.
Like, help is not the answer.
Well,
what is the answer?
Somebody just being as crude and real as America is.
But look at the place Donald Trump has us in. You think we're in a better place with him being the way he is?
Go to Tampa and look at the scammers, man.
What does that mean?
Go to Tampa and look at the scammers. We eating. We powered up. 2020's been great. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
Listen, this is
I love it.
I don't even know what to say. How can you say that? I hate Trump so much. There's so many ways I could go with this.
Well, you should go one way because right now it sounds like Mel might be having some great points. Not to me and you.
I'm sorry, Ekin.
No,
I'm sorry.
Brittany, I'm with you right now, and I don't think he has any great points either. But the fact that he went, we're powered up, the scammers are powered up. If you're watching this from a distance, it seems like he was making big points right there. I don't know. But
he said he don't pay. Did Donald Trump tell us he don't pay taxes? He said he don't pay taxes. He don't know why we pay taxes. You better do your due diligence and find out.
So how do you not pay taxes? You
got to ask Donald Trump.
Sounds like Mel ain't paying his taxes either.
I am, because I'm stupid. I but I'm gonna figure out how not to.
Mel, I know you gotta go, but can we get okay? So what you're saying is you believe more in Trump than you believe in the Democrats, but you're gonna vote for Kanye.
This is my thing. This is my thing. And before I go, this is my thing. I love an open anybody. If you openly gay, I'm cool with it. Don't like the down low. If you openly racist, I'm cool with it because you have the right to love your people. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't like a down low racist.
Okay.
I don't like a down low. If it's open, you open. It's all good. Then I know what I'm dealing with.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. Well, yeah, Brittany, I guess we can't really be mad at that point, though. We can't.
I can't. Mel says things in a way where he's like, you kind of agree with him, and then the other side is like, no, but you're kind of right. So I don't know. Yes, I agree. It should be open. And I guess Trump is very open when it comes to certain things. But he's also, I guess it just depends on what you're looking for in a candidate.
Well, I guess, like I said, in summation, we got that Mel doesn't like the Democrats. He loves Trump, but he's going to vote for Kanye West.
Yes.
Is that what we got from this conversation?
Yeah, when Kanye said he was gonna win by write-in votes, he was talking about the males.
Hey, I'm about to be out. Okay. My client just got here.
Oh, okay.
Ekin, man, call me, man.
Mel, I can only take you a certain amount of time, and right now I'm over.
Don't do that.
I'm over the time by having you as a guest on the pod, and I've been saying I want to have you come. I just wanted Brittany to see what I deal with when I go to that barber chair, so she understands that.
I told you, all women agree with me.
I don't think Brittany said that. I think Brittany said
I'm the GOAT.
I think Brittany said that what you say things in such a way that they're a little bit confusing, but they almost sound like they could be correct. I think that's
so. I love you, Mel.
So when is our next date? I love you too, sweetie. When is our next date?
Look, today was kind of a rough shot because I just wanted to see how you do. I'm gonna have to schedule you, and it was. I know, and you did great. I
was hoping you didn't say something to make me want to hang up on you.
Well, so, okay. At the end of the day, you can always hang up on me because see, unlike when I'm in the chair.
Oh, you okay? You up now? You right.
When I'm over there though, you're right. You be like, boy.
Hey, make his line a little crooked. Bring it back a little bit more than you normally would.
I try to make him look as young as possible, man. We got this. I got all this gray.
Hey, man,
he look younger than me, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, Mel, and like I said, I appreciate you being on the pod.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And what we'll do is we're at least gonna try to have you on monthlies for some advice, a little more structure, because right now you and Brittany kind of ran roughshod over the pod. But I did want to have you both here, and I wanted Brittany to meet you. Not sure what kind of advice you gave to the audience, the audience that rocks with us, but I do. I appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. I love y'all.
It's all love, man. I love you.
I listen to y'all frequently.
Hey, we appreciate that, and I'll see you to get my line touched up. Don't listen to Brittany.
Maybe in the back. He won't know. You won't be able to tell.
All right, y'all.
Jason, can we get out the barbershop?
Yeah, the whole shop. Look at this person, Ekin.
I just want to get out of the shop. You see what happened? Can we get out? Can we get out of the shop?
No, you're not getting off that easy.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
Hey, man.
Right. Love, man.
Love. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
All right.
Brittany.
Ekin, I'm so dead. Mel is a trip. He's a trip.
Brittany, that is what I go through every time I go get a haircut.
I can't even imagine. I just imagine all the crazy crap he says and the advice and the perspectives. Yeah.
But you know what, we should, you know what we should do right now? Like, we should give a lot of props to the people that are doing those jobs like that. Because think about it. Your hairdresser, I mean, if you're like me, like I talk to my barber about pretty much any and everything. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not sure that I should walk away with anything that he actually says sometimes. But
yeah,
some of the points he makes, you know, like when we talk about the Tory Lanez thing, and I did see what you were talking about. A little bit more on that. I did see where he texted her and he was like apologizing. But see, and here's my thing. Back to that real quick. You see how we keep getting piece of this story here and there. If you were just gonna give us all that, you should have just gave it to us.
You're talking about what part?
All of it. Think how every week we're getting a different piece.
Well, Ekin, people aren't ready to tell their story yet. You saw Tory was at McDonald's hanging out.
What does that have to do with anything I just said, Tory?
He was in Orlando hanging out at McDonald's, doing some weird stuff, talking to himself. He could have spoke up then. He could have spoke up when he woke up the next morning. He could have took to his Instagram. He was trying to hold on to that secret for as long as he could because he didn't want to deal with the consequences. And that's what it is. People don't want to deal with their truths, with their actions. And that's why we're here today.
But he didn't leak that though. That's like a thing that somebody said and it's all of a sudden leaked. And speaking of leaked, like Tory Lanez didn't leak that. He didn't just do that. Right. Apparently he did that the next day or right after that happened, right? The next day or whatever. Mm-hmm. Why his team didn't leak that now, did they?
I don't know who leaked it, but TMZ was reporting on it. So no, he definitely didn't. It was supposedly screenshots of the text, but I haven't seen the screenshots to be honest. But no, and that's what I'm saying. He doesn't want to tell the story. He doesn't want to talk about it because like he knows he's already canceled, but he's really gonna be. There's no justifying it. So he's been trying to hold on to it, be quiet about it. as long as he can. And so he thinks that, okay, think about it like this too. I mean, how many cases were there big stories that should have made the news and stayed in the news for a while, and they just kind of disappeared because coronavirus was going on? Right. Because what was the other big thing that hit us after the coronavirus? I don't even know.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter, with all of that going on, you know? So I think he was hoping that there was going to be Doja Cat. When even her little situation, it didn't blow up as big as it could have because there were other things going on.
Right.
So I think he was hoping for that. His team was hoping for that.
But Brittany, are you a fan of things of leaked information coming out like later, like years later? And let me put this to you like this, because you're in the industry. Something happens, right? And I think you got a nice little following, Brittany. I think you rock out, especially in the digital space. I think you rock out. You in Fort Myers, which is not exactly the hugest market, but on digital space, you rock out. So all of a sudden, something that happened to you a year and a half ago, and here all of a sudden, TMZ got something that's leaked audio of Brittany's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, somebody you may not even deal with. Are you a fan of and I mean, and fan may not be the right word, so you can give it back to me however you like. But you being in the media, what do you think about these stories that come like Joe Budden? Joe Budden, as big as he is.
Oh yeah, there's so many. Go ahead.
Joe Budden, as big as he is in the podcast world, he's kind of made it like he's reinvented himself from rapper that was just okay to all kinds of little beef he's been in. But in this media space, in this podcast world, Joe Budden is rocking out right now. The Joe Budden podcast is a big deal. Then he did the deal with Spotify. And then, like I talk to you about often, Joe Budden is not really about being owned. He's about partnering. He's about licensing his content. But he ain't about nobody taking over and all of a sudden watering down what he's created with his audience. Mm-hmm. And from what I understand now, Spotify offered him a bag, but they want to own the show. They want to, once somebody owns the show, then they can tell you what to do. They can start saying, you got to mention this sponsor. So it might become not what you envisioned it being, but you got a bag. Joe Budden evidently didn't want to do that. So now he's leaving Spotify. The minute Joe Budden starts talking about leaving Spotify, all of a sudden, all these past rumors are coming up about Joe Budden. One ex-girlfriend, Tahiri, who her claim to fame is being Joe Budden's girlfriend. Her claim to fame is being video vixen, if that's even a thing. Her claim to fame is she was on a reality show. And again, I'm not saying what she might have really accomplished in her life. I'm not saying that. But her claim to fame, with us really knowing her in the media and out here on the platforms, is her being attached to him. And suddenly, she's out here talking about what he did to her in her relationship that was, he beat her and this, and that, and the other. And again, you know me. I'm not saying that if he did that, it's right. Mm-hmm. But this man is 2-3 relationships from her, taking care of his kids, being pretty much a model citizen right now. From what I see, I don't know everything about the dude, but here she come. And then here we got other things. We got a whole nother set of audio being leaked of the girl who he's got his latest baby by, Sin, where it's leaked audio of him telling her off and them getting into it or whatever. What do you think of that? And again, maybe me asking you, are you a fan of that, is not the right question. But putting myself in that position, I'm like, damn, we all have made mistakes. And where's the leaked audio coming from?
Yeah. Okay. And my answer is not going to be, it's not like, it's to the point. And if you believe these girls, what they're saying, then let's base it on that. Let's just say we believe what they say, right? Tahiri, her talking about being in an abusive relationship. I don't know what the timing was that hit for her to bring this out now. I don't know. I don't know what the motive was behind it. But if that's her truth and that happened to her and it just came out at this time, I don't know what the motive, but if that's what happened, it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter when she brings it up or when it comes years later. She clearly hasn't gotten over that pain and that abuse. And I don't know what made her bring it up. What made her...
You don't think there's a motive, though, Brittany? And I know you're a female, and a lot of times I give you props because I will, on this side, try my best to defend the male population. I will. I try. Yeah. I try.
And some of y'all are good.
But the Tahiri thing, come on. Like, you don't think there's an ulterior motive?
I always liked Tahiri because I watched her on the show with their relationship. I remember when he proposed to her on the show and she was like, no, I'm not marrying you, which to me meant so much. I was like, yes, that is a smart woman. Like, she knows that they're toxic. They're not good for each other. So she's not about to just marry this man because he's out on the street in front of a camera asking her. So right. That's where I got some credibility with her, where I was like, okay, she's not the chaser, the like, oh, I have to be with this man to be seen or make money, whatever it is, right? She left that relationship. And that's why I feel like she's telling the truth. And it just so happens that at this time, maybe she is a little bit angry. I mean, wouldn't you be angry? So
but what are you angry about though? 4 years ago, what are you angry? Look, okay, let me give it to you this way. Remember when we had Neek on the show, and Neek talked about not only today, one of the things that you have to do if you're in the media or if you want to remain relevant is it's not just about the ears anymore, it's about the eyes. Now, follow me here.
Okay.
Why are we talking about Tahiri? We're only talking about Tahiri for a couple of reasons. She ain't got no song. She ain't got no new TV show. She ain't even got a new product. She ain't even got no program that she invented where it's like, oh my God, this thing is rocking out. So why are we talking about Tahiri? And again, you don't have to be an entertainer for me to talk about you. But we're talking about Tahiri. Why? What pushes the buttons? What makes a blogger grab onto that?
Well, yeah.
Button put his hands on me.
But didn't she was on that dating show or like that
where she was on the show Marriage Boot Camp, where her other boyfriend just put his hands on her. But they said she is also part of that, where she was part of doing something, so she's toxic.
She's also aggressive, and I think that's another thing, man. Those relationships, like, remember Megan Thee Stallion brought this up, or was it Megan? Who was it? She was like, I had to, yeah, it was. She was talking about her past relationships as like a teen, not a teen, but 18, 19, 20s, early 20s, whatever. I don't know how she is. But she was talking about how like she used to think that was cute to fight with her man physically. Like right. That was like a funny, but also serious, but also, oh, we really love each other. That's why we right. fight each other. And so she's like, I realized like that's not okay and that's not normal. So there are some people who you fall into that. Yeah, it's not okay. She should never put her hands on him either. It's not okay to throw stuff at people.
Right. And again, on the flip, and I guess where I'm trying to go with the conversation too, and you're close to being here with me, but I don't want to get you all the way here with me. When we're talking about this, I want to talk about the media aspect of it. You understand what I'm saying? And by that I mean, we're not talking about Tahiri at all if she doesn't mention Joe Budden.
You're right.
We're not talking about Tahiri at all if she's not in some incident that they kept playing the promo for of her getting hit on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Again, let me be clear, because people take pieces of things and cut them up as if Ekin's advocating maybe she's the problem. No, what I'm saying is, why are we not dealing with these things as they happen? You understand what I'm saying? And again, I know it's easier to say after the fact. It's easier to play quarterback or whatever. I have sisters. I have female cousins. I have you. You matter to me. But I don't want you holding things in for 3 years, and then when it's time to be like, well, I could use some hits. I could be the top of the news if I talk about a relationship I had 5 years ago. Now, mm-hmm. This person had a kid that's like 3 years old. They done been engaged to somebody else. They're in a positive space in their life. But now every time they get spoken to now or what's online, they got to answer this. That's the part that's bothering me about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And again, we're not talking about Tahiri. We're not talking about half of these chicks, like the chicks that, and I know you saw this story. The 2 chicks who were on No Jumper, Adam 22's podcast.
Oh my gosh. Which one? The ones that are like, they're hosting it.
They were hosting it or whatever. And this just show you how, again, I'm not super, I get to call you if you're relevant or not. But the only reason I knew about this is because every headline around the internet went, Odell Beckham Jr., who plays for the Cleveland Browns, likes to get defecated on.
Yeah.
It wasn't about these 2 chicks creating nothing positive. It wasn't about something that can right the world. It's always the chaos. And let's take it a step even further of what's bothering me here and why I'm here. For one, it always seems to be, let's play with black culture. And we keep going to these platforms, and then we no longer seems like we're losing every day more hold on people who want to be journalists, and we just keep grabbing on people who want hits.
Okay, so you have points there. You definitely do. But why are these men messing with these girls that are like this? Why are these men knowing Selena Powell? I know it's not the girl that said that about him, but how many times has she been passed around through different artists? Like, she is linked to so many artists, and they all know who she is. They know about her, but they still mess with her. Right. And the same thing, like these Instagram personality girls, like, come on, be smarter than that. Maybe you need to pick better women, because if you're putting women like that around you, you have to accept that they are probably not going to be loyal and care about you in that way, and they're looking for the next come up.
They messy? Is that what you want to say?
They're messy.
They messy.
You can, and it's always the girls, the Instagram model girls, where they got the nice bodies, the beautiful butts, the fake lips, and all of that. They want all of that, but you don't want what's coming out their mouth. You better start to learn to accept what they come with. You might have a fat ass today and learn a lesson tomorrow.
I knew when you started clapping your hands that we were in a different space when you started clapping your hands. So are you saying that?
Stop messing with these Instagram girls that you know aren't. If you just want to hit it and you want to do something freaky, maybe you need to do something freaky with someone you really know, and not someone you're trying to fly out to poop on you.
So again, I just want to make sure I'm in the right place. Are you blaming the men?
I think the men, yes, absolutely, because I'm tired of them not appreciating the little booty girls out there. They want to go with the big booty girls. Always got to have a big booty if you want to mess with a rapper or an artist or an athlete. And it's like, you know what? That's your karma. That's your karma. Because this little booty would have held that secret tight. We could have had a lot of fun.
You would have defecated on him?
Oh, no, not that. Not that.
Okay. I was like, whoa,
no, that's disgusting.
I didn't know about that side.
That is disgusting. And I know, and I believe her. Do you believe her?
I don't know if I don't believe her. Let's just put it that way. I don't know if I don't believe her. But, and again, let's go back to even her. She ain't no big booty girl, Brittany. Them girls that were on that podcast talking.
Selena Powell has a fake booty. It's not huge, but it's a gross fake booty. That girl, I didn't see her butt. What I'm saying is that there is the type where it's like they look perfect on Instagram, so the dudes just want to fuck with them. And I've seen a pattern of these type of girls, because what else do they have going for them? That's why they use their bodies, because they have nothing else to offer, or haven't tried to. I shouldn't say they don't, but they don't use those other talents that they have. They just use sex. They use the sex appeal. You link onto a Chris Brown or a Odell Beckham Jr. or who's Tristan Thompson, like the pattern here.
Right.
I'm saying it's the men's fault. That's what I'm trying to say.
So you're saying that. So you're saying that as a man though, and I'm okay. I'm not saying, again, I can only defend us to a certain point. Look, I'm trying to hold my own rumors in. Look. Look. I mean, let me ask you this as somebody that's super close to me, super close to me. You woke up and your phone was going crazy. Brittany, have you seen this about Ekin? And again, this is hypothetical, right? This is hypothetical. And again, I'm not afraid to make fun of my own self. You wake up, because you know your phone is going to go crazy. You know, if all of a sudden you wake up, DJ Ekin likes the defecation. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if I was spinning the article, that's how I write it. Ekin, look, how they would write it, Odell likes the doo-doo. Twitter was killing him. Twitter was like, they was like, the minute you see Odell trending, and then you find out why. And they were like all over the place. But as somebody who's close to me, who I call with, I don't know if I've called you with every secret. Now, look, Brittany, this way I'm at it. Look, Brittany, this way I'm at it. If my phone start going off that day, you gonna call me. I'm gonna have the vodka. Like, oh my God, wait. So if in fact you wake up, right? You wake up next Tuesday and your phone is going crazy. Not, God forbid, I'm dead or nothing like that. But Ekin, the headlines is popping up. Boop, DJ Ekin likes the defecation. Boop, DJ Ekin. You know what I'm saying? He's into a different type of fun. DJ Ekin is into brown fun. You know what I'm saying? What do you call me, Brittany, and get the real story? Do you call me and check on me, or do you immediately go to your radio show and start it?
Well, since I know you, no, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you, and then I'll talk about it on the radio. I'll be like, he said it was not. It was a lie.
Oh, you gotta get the real story. You gotta get the real story.
I believe Ekin.
Oh, really? With that face? Ain't nobody gonna believe you believe me? Wow.
No, but man, that was hilarious. Look, these girls, you can't expect more from them, and it's not right. It's not right.
Can I ask you this secret?
Yes.
What was going on in the female group chat? Because I know a lot of y'all. I got a lot of female friends up here in Tampa. Oh my God, Odell Beckham. Oh my God, he is so fine. Oh my God, OBJ. When that one hit the blogs, did you? Because I know you probably, like, again, you could tell me because it's only me and you. Nobody ain't listening. You thought Odell was fine before that, didn't you?
Before that, yes. Oh, Odell.
He not fine now?
No, that right there, you're at another freaky. What someone said, this girl tweeted about how she was like, man, I would do some freaky shit to Odell, right? That was in 2019, and then she retweeted it after this. So she's like, we were on different kink levels. I didn't realize, like, and it's true. It's like if you like that, Ekin, you are at a different level of kink, and I can't even meet you halfway there.
So on 1 to 10, where was Odell? Where's Odell at?
What's the 10? What's the 1?
Well, 10 is the freakiest. 1 is.
Oh, okay. So Odell, when you're defecating on people, I think you're at a 10. You have gone past you already. Yeah.
So what? Okay. So you're only at a 5. You said he's a double. So you're at a 5 or 4.
Yeah, where you? I would say. Well, I feel like it's more than a 5, but if 10 is pooping. I have to put 5, like half of that.
So you might be a 4. You might be.
Yeah, I don't know. I like trying new things in the bedroom, but that's too far. It's not for me. And everybody's got some quirks, man. Some people like farts. Some people like, I don't know what else is nastier than that.
I don't know. I'm like you, Brittany. I'm still trying to figure out what could be nastier than that. And maybe one day we have someone on this show that can talk to us about what could be nastier than that, because that is quite a level right there.
For real. Like what? I feel like why I believe it is because I feel these men who are in those circles, right? Like you got a lot of money. You're the one that's like people want when you go out, when you go places. You got all these fans. And then I think that you get to a certain level of sexual, like you hit a wall where you're like, I've had sex with so many women. It's starting to feel the same.
You got to try something else.
Got to do something more to get that fix. And that's where he's at.
Okay. Well, because I like these games, let's go this scenario. You and Odell, y'all finally on that date. Because I'm trying to figure out how he even get to that point to ask her. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you and him, and again, I have to use you as an example because I'm not ever going to go out with Odell. Never wanted to, never had a chance to, never looked that direction, right? But you and Odell, y'all on a nice date. Y'all done went to a pretty decent spot in Tampa. He was here to play the Bucks. You knew him. He texted you, yo, you want to go to have dinner? I don't got to be back in Cleveland until Wednesday. I'll send a car for you, meet you at Burns. Y'all have Burns. Y'all go to the dessert theater. I mean, the dessert room, the wine cellar. Nice evening.
Fancy.
Nice evening. Odell got on shorts, of course, still, but he's Odell Beckham. They let him do what he wants. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I just want to know how that conversation goes. Like y'all start kissing. You know, he grabbed your little booty because he like little booties.
Okay.
Maybe your stomach growls, and that's how he gets there.
Yes.
Maybe your stomach growls, Brittany. He's like, oh.
Something wrong? Is something going on with your stomach?
Yeah, your stomach upset?
Yeah, I think so.
And he'd be like, you know what? I knew where you could put that. That's just, like, if he even says that, like, what do you do? Like, you see how awkward that was? Like, I'm trying to figure out how this moment happened, Brittany. So you're like,
I'll be like, what do you mean? Oh, you want me to do that?
Well, he haven't even said it yet. He just knows where you could put it. Because my thing after that, if a female said it to me, so I'm thinking, I know where I could put it too. The bathroom's like right there.
Right. Like I'll go, I guess. Do you mind leaving the room?
And then Brittany, he lifts up his shirt, shows you his abs, and he goes, you could put it right here.
I'm calling the cops. Brittany,
but right there, you've got a secret with Odell that probably nobody else has.
You know what? I don't even believe that because these men will do this with anybody. And if he's doing it with me, he's probably already done it with someone else and doing it at the same time. So I don't believe that. That's not even going to cross my mind. Oh, I'm the special one. Kiss my ass with that special stuff. Until you put me on the gram, it's not special.
So once a man puts you on the gram, so wait a damn minute. Brittany, wait a minute. So once a man puts you on the gram, that's when you know it's real?
I don't need it to be every day. I need it to be every day. But if you put me on the gram, then people know. And now I have more witnesses. So when you do mess up, I have more people to hit me up.
But do you realize, though, that, and we're still using OBJ as an example. If OBJ puts you on the gram, then everybody starts judging you. Have you ever seen some of those comments that they make about people?
Dude, yes. I have seen the comments. People will find anything about you to like tear apart. It could be the smallest thing.
Right. So my question to you is, would you be ready for that?
Is he flying me out all the time and stuff like that?
If he's putting you on the gram, I'm guessing you're getting flown out at least twice a month.
Exactly. I'm fine with it. I'll be rocking his jersey.
Baby. Okay, Brittany. Like, I'm just here to learn some things. I'm
telling you, Odell, that's not his first time. I believe that girl. She's wrong for doing that, but she's also like, that's what she was hoping for. She was hoping Odell would be some sort of, something to talk about. And I don't know why she said it. Why all of a sudden she is talking about it. I don't know.
Because that's how you get to the top of the blogs.
Exactly. And when you're hanging around with Selena Powell and those girls,
you're asking to be at the top of the blogs.
You want that. Those girls were feeding her like, yes, girl. Oh, you got this on Odell. Oh, we got to talk about that. All right, so I'm gonna say that. Like, they planned it. They knew what she was gonna say before she even got on that podcast.
Man,
I'm assuming, but
pick
better women. Pick better women.
So that's the lesson from that. That's the lesson
for you men.
Brittany, why do you keep including me in these things? Like I got these secrets and things going on the behind. Or are you just saying I haven't been caught?
No. I know. I just feel like a lot of men fall victim to this. You see a pretty face, a nice waist, a big booty.
My brother told me, he goes, bro, I don't even know why you like do all these nice things to your house and this, that. And he goes, because you don't want anybody over. He was like, bro, like, and it could just be me. It could be like, like our little difference. I don't want nobody over my house that Snapchat more than twice while they're here. If you Snapchat more than twice in an hour, then I probably don't ever want you at my house. Ooh. And I don't need that. I don't need locations. I'm not even like I'm some big time dude. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of recording every moment either, because I feel like if you're holding the camera, you're supposed to be in the moment, then you're not actually enjoying the moment if that's all you're doing the whole time.
That sounds like someone who does a lot of scamming, a lot of cheating, a lot of stuff he don't need to be doing. He's talking to a bunch of different women, and that's why you don't want me pulling out my Snapchat. You're hiding stuff. That's really? What you're doing.
That's what you got out of that, Brittany?
Yes! I can't pull my Snapchat out.
I didn't say you couldn't pull your Snapchat out. I did. Okay, that is
so I have 2 snaps before you kick me out.
Brittany, why would someone want you? Do you want somebody in your house, right, the whole time that they're at your house? They're supposed to be enjoying you and your company, and they just recording every single thing. It's one thing if y'all go to a music park. It's another thing if you got somebody that constantly curates your content, right, and they following y'all with a camera. But then you and that person are constantly in the moment, so you ain't got to hold the camera. You ain't got to worry about posting because this other person is doing. Like when you see the artists that come to the station, that sort of thing. Okay, I get it with all of that. But if I'm supposed to be spending time with you, I didn't say I don't want you to take a picture of us and post it. I didn't say, girl, don't you put me in your story. I just said I don't want nobody sitting in my face all day talking about snap. I don't want that.
Yeah, no, you can't do it too much. But 2 snaps, that's so little. That's nothing.
Exactly. That's nothing.
I need like 4.
Why do you do anything to just disagree with me?
Because you almost get it right, but then it's like you're very strict. You're very strict in your house. Your house rules are strict. You need less rules.
So I should let my house get destroyed. I should let someone come over here with their dog and be on my furniture, even though I don't even have my furniture at all.
No, don't do that.
Exactly.
Unless you date someone with a dog.
I still ain't having a dog on my furniture. I don't care what you do at your house. If Poochie be at your house and he sleep in the bed with you, cool. But he ain't gonna be on my couch. He better not even be standing beside the table staring at me while I'm eating. Cause I'm be like, bro, get some. Because any dog I've had, that's the way I've been. I look, man, stay in your place. And I know dog is part of the family. I get it, all that stuff. But ain't no dog standing beside me, staring in my mouth while I'm eating. Not even no child gonna do that. Go to your room.
I know. It doesn't bother me, but it does bother a lot of people when dogs do that. I just love dogs. So I'm like, aw.
Well, you know.
And then I keep eating, though. I don't feed them.
Yeah, you dated a few. You know, I know how it is. Brittany, let's do some Brittany knows before we get out of here.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, football starts this weekend.
Oh, my God. I am so excited to see Tom Brady in the Bucs uniform.
Brittany, look, you almost had me convinced that you're ready for this question. You almost had me convinced. Like, are you ready to see him play? Or are you
play? I want to see him. No, I want to see him.
Just in the uniform, or you really want to see him play?
Both, because I really feel like he's gonna do well for the Bucs.
Okay.
And yeah, and Gronk. Who's the other guy that came with him? Was it Gronk?
Yeah, Gronkowski, Rob Gronkowski. Okay. Well, they play the New Orleans Saints this weekend, and they are in New Orleans.
Oh.
Who wins the game? And remember, do you know any of the New Orleans Saints players?
No, name some, because I might buy their name.
Drew Brees. Probably about as famous as you can get for the Saints.
Okay, I know that name.
That's all you need to know because that's all I'm going to give you. So, there we are.
Okay.
And we know that they're in New Orleans.
It's a home game for the New Orleans. What's their weather like over there right now?
Don't know.
I always hear men talk about, well, it was cold. They're not in their atmosphere. So that's how I pick that up. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. It's different.
Well, in New Orleans, I will say this. They're playing in the dome. So the weather won't even matter. They're inside.
Oh, it won't. Oh, they're inside?
The dome. New Orleans has a super dome. They're inside the dome. So that's weather shouldn't even be a factor.
What are they, the Vikings? What, the New Orleans what?
Saints.
The Saints. Okay.
The Vikings are in Minnesota.
Okay, so the Saints, they have a good do they win a lot?
Yes, they have a very good team. They're actually predicted.
So these are two good teams.
Well, we don't know if the Bucs. We don't know if the Bucs are good yet. Let's start. We don't know if the Bucs are good yet. We know the Bucs look pretty good on paper. We know the Saints are good because the Saints have been there every year.
Yeah.
The Saints have won a division. The Saints are expected by a lot of people to still win the division. Tom Brady's expected to cause some problems in the division. Who knows? But this week, the first game, Bucs versus Saints. Who wins? That's the first question. Who wins?
All right. Okay. I have to go by what is in my heart, not what I really want. But I'm going to say the Saints are going to take it. And I don't want them to, but they're going to take it. Okay. I'm going to say 45 to they'll get at least 2 touchdowns. 45 to 14.
So you're saying the Bucs are only going to score 14 points and the Saints are going to run up the score on them with 45?
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying Tom Brady's not going to have a good first game?
I don't think it's going to be a good first game. I think that it's too new. I think the team is just learning him. And to be in real life playing a real game with different players, I think it's 45-14.
You know what, Brittany? I can't even lie. That last little analogy you just gave me, I really felt like you watch football. I felt like I was like, damn, is her TV on Fox on Sunday? Well, she might really. You was like, I just really feel like it's the first time together, and you put your hands together like this. I was like, damn, I need to watch football with you, So you're not going by uniform color. You're not going by cute guys.
This time, no, like because if I was going by that, the Bucs would take it. I mean, come on, it's Tom Brady in a uniform, like.
Gotcha. Okay, so 45-14.
Yes.
New Orleans wins.
New Orleans takes it. The Bucs, they're gonna have a sad day. Tom's gonna be very upset, but understanding.
Is Tom gonna throw any interceptions? You know what interception is, right?
Is that when they throw the ball? Like Tom's throwing the ball and someone grabs it and runs in the opposite direction.
Yes, the other team catches the ball instead of his team.
Yeah.
Brittany, let me tell you something. You've been studying. Since the last time we did this. Okay. So does Tom throw any interceptions? And he doesn't.
He's throw 2.
Wow.
2.
I gotta tweet this.
So 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns.
So 45-14. Tom Brady throws a couple of interceptions. Not a good day for the Bucs.
Not gonna be a good day, man.
Okay, well, I'll take that, Brittany. And I'm glad I got that. I'm glad you're a good sport. Brittany, let's do this next week. Let's make sure that next week's show, anybody that's coming here, or people should reach out to us too, man. Please hit me on at DJ Ekin on Instagram, or at DJ Ekin on Twitter, or at Brunch with Brittany on Instagram. Because next week, Brittany, I want to talk about voting.
Oh.
But I would like for some people who know a little bit more about the voting thing or what's going on with voting than we do to maybe chime in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to put that out. And I think we should tweet about that a couple of times this week and maybe put that out there. Like, some people that maybe know about the voting process, what's going on with these polls, because and I was talking to Jason about this before we went on today. One of the big things we're talking about, right, is what are we looking to do? What are we going to do? Black Lives Matter. What are we going to do? Well, one of the things we need to do is get out and vote. And we were talking about one of the basketball teams, and I think it was Portland, but we were talking about one of the basketball teams anyway. And what was happening was, the guys on the team, they're wanting to make change. They're wanting to do this and they're wanting to do that. But then the coach realized that none of them were registered to vote. Interesting, right?
Wow, yeah.
One of the things he did was now they're all registered to vote.
So he made them go do it.
Because again, it's not. I think a lot of times what happens with this stuff, and we talk about this all the time, is people are talking about making change, but no one's got any real ideas on how to make change.
Exactly. No, you're absolutely right.
No one's got any real ideas, and I told you, and I mean this, and it's some things that I'm working on that I can't announce just yet, but it's just time to put up or shut up. We can talk about what we want change. We can talk about what somebody didn't give us. We can talk about what somebody won't let us do. But we're going to have to get out here and get in the fight.
I agree. Voting is important. We need to talk about it. We need to get more people to do it, except for Mel. Mel needs to stay home that day, and he needs to not leave his house.
Because he's going to vote for Kanye.
Kanye.
Do you really think Kanye would be any worse of a president, though, than
Trump? Yes, because he's crazier in a different way, and I just feel like everything's gonna be about his Yeezys, about his clothes. He's gonna try to make America Yeezy.
Yeah, but I think if you think about Kanye, though, what Kanye does preach a lot of times, though, is that you can do whatever you dream of. Because think about it like this. Before Kanye made his first record Through the Wire, remember Kanye was in that car accident. His mouth was wired shut. Even Jay-Z, who he became as big as, told Kanye, yo, just keep making beats. You rapping probably ain't you. Like, they wasn't like they really
Jay-Z told him that. No wonder they never really got along.
No, they got along after that because Kanye talks about it. Like, I mean, and again, I don't think Jay-Z just saw that he was like, a dope producer. And I don't know if it was really to hold him back, but then Kanye took his own money and was like, yo, this is what I'm going to do. I really want to do this. He had to show people that he could do it. Just like the fashion thing. Remember, he had a Nike deal first. He was making sneakers with Nike first.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Then he went to Louis Vuitton for the schooling thing. Remember, he went and interned at Louis Vuitton. So he really immerses himself in the things that he wants to do.
But Kanye is he's literally back in, I wish I had the names on me right now, but he's backing people who say some crazy stuff. Like his vice president was going to be what was she? She says, oh God, I can't even go in. I'm not even gonna go into all that. My point is that Kanye, he's not educated enough to understand what his role would really be about, what he needs to do. And then this whole thing, he's all pro-life and for me, the pro-choice, the pro-life, you trying to tell people what to do with their bodies, I don't like that. I don't like that. And that just tells me he doesn't get it, because you as a leader need to allow people to do what they want to do. And to a certain extent, obviously, we can't just go murder people. I'm not saying that. But when a person wants to mess with a woman's reproductive system and what she wants to do with it, right there, you're just not fit. You're not fit. You don't get it. You don't even see women as equal because you're trying to tell me what to do with my body. So I know that's not a subject like men necessarily care about because it won't affect y'all, but as a woman, that right there says a lot about a person.
No, I think honestly, I would say I care about that, and the reason I care about that is because I got to, and I don't know if it's crazy that I have the Dave Chappelle theory on a lot of things. I think when it comes to when it comes to you guys and telling you guys what to do with regard to abortion and that type of thing, what you can do with your body, as plain as I can put it, like Dave Chappelle says, I think men need to shut the fuck up. I mean, because that's not our thing to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do agree with and Dave Chappelle made this point in one of his specials that let's please get a doctor involved or whatever. You know what I'm saying? To make it so it's healthy. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. But as far as telling you that, nah, you can't have no abortion, or or you can do this, or you can't. This is what we allowing you to do. I think that you ain't. I ain't got no argument for that. I ain't got no fight for that. And I don't think no dude is right to fight for that, and not even to be too deep or standing on no soapbox. I do think that should be your decision. It's your body.
He's just too. That's how I express it a little.
I think of the same way, like with the remote. It's my decision. You don't touch the remote when I'm around. That's it. It's
Thank you. It's just like that. Imagine if we told all of y'all men that you can no longer, or we kept touching y'all remote, and we say you can't touch the remote. We're gonna touch the remote for you. You wouldn't like that.
Be a lot more divorces. Be a lot more divorces, man. That's gonna do it for this week's edition of the DJ Ekin podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube at DJ Ekin TV. I'm getting better at all of this stuff, Brittany. It's like I got notes and I don't even have them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on our podcast too on all the links, and shouts out to Radio Influence. And you can find me everywhere at DJ Ekin. And I think in a couple of weeks I have like more announcements. There's so many things that I'm kind of like working on right now that I think I want like people to know about, and especially like for the next generation, because I think like we've got to do better for who we leave in the world for. Oh my God.
Yes. I can't wait to hear it too, because I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm excited.
God, I love you. Brittany, where can they find you at on social media?
I'm at Brunch with Brittany on Instagram, on Twitter, TikTok, Brunch with Brittany. Follow me. Talk to me.
And shouts out to Nick too, who was on last week's show. Go back.
Yes, she was amazing.
Yeah, I think one day, Brittany, I'm gonna have a show and call it Ladies First, and have you, Nick, and Tony on here. And then Tony was on here. You were always on here. Remember Tony? You weren't here for Tony. Tony talked to us. Oh, and
the doctor.
Audrey.
Oh, I loved her. Yes, we need to do that.
That's a lot.
There's
no space for me if I bring all of y'all on here.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That is a lot, but still.
Sounded like to me you'd rather have them on here than me one day.
All together.
Have your own little Ladies First powwow session.
No, we need the Ekin.
So I can say stuff that y'all can make me shut up. That's what you want?
Yes.
We gone, man. Appreciate you, man. Shouts out to Radio Influence, the DJ Ekin podcast. Brittany, I love you.
Love you. Bye. Bye.